Now to a story you will see only on CBS Mornings. Members of Congress are calling on the Department of Defense to do more to help civilians who have gotten gigantic medical bills for emergency treatment at U.S. military facilities. The news comes from a nonpartisan government report that says even though many of those bills could be reduced or even waived, the Department of Defense almost never does that. According to the report, 67% of civilians, two-thirds, who received treatment did not have insurance at the time. Consumer investigative correspondent Anna Werner has been looking into this for a long time, more than a year, in fact. Anna, good morning.
Good morning, Tony. And I'm sure you remember we introduced you to a man named Alexis Hernandez. He was burned all over his body, got emergency treatment at a specialized burn unit at a military center in Texas, then got a massive bill. Well, now some members of Congress are asking why so many civilians are continuing to get those high bills for their emergency treatment at military centers.
It looks like the military has been resistant to reducing these bills for civilian patients.
That's Democratic Representative Joaquin Castro from San Antonio, reacting to this government report. It found the Department of Defense rarely provides financial relief to civilians facing large bills for emergency treatment received at military centers. In April last year, we told you the story of Alexis Hernandez, who spent 7 months at a Texas military hospital burn unit after being injured in an explosion. He endured 19 surgeries before being released. Later, the U.S. government sent him this bill, saying he owed the U.S. Treasury $1.7 million.
What did you think when you saw this letter?
Completely hopeless.
Legislation passed in 2020 gave the military the power, as of last year, to reduce or waive those bills. But a year later, the Government Accountability Office report finds that rarely happens. Of nearly 27,000 civilian medical debt cases the GAO reviewed from a 5-year period, only 0.1% were reduced, just 32 cases. It further said while DOD has options to provide financial relief, it does not consistently inform patients about them. Now, Representative Castro and Senator Elizabeth Warren, in a letter to the Secretary of Defense, are demanding answers as to why.
There's a benefit to the military by them being able to treat these patients. So what the military should do is work with private insurers, but also work with patients to reduce these bills and to get rid of exorbitant or extraordinary costs that patients are being billed with.
The Department of Defense did not comment on the report. The Treasury Department told us it's working with the Department of Defense to make sure that its debt collection referrals are accurate, I should say, and they say they take these recommendations seriously. But Representative Castro says all of this may lead to a mandate for them to either lower or waive these bills. He's now working on legislation on that. By the way, we wanted to tell you how Alexis Hernandez is doing. Now, remember, he was burned all over his body. He tells me he has had 29 surgeries to date now. However, at the time of his explosion, he was going to go to medical school. Guess what? He is now in medical school in Puerto Rico and doing very well and very happy to be there. So, Nate, a great update on Alexis now.
That is a great update. Awesome for him. Anna, thank you.